Mary meets Scorpio. Scorpio sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Scorpios starting today, the 31st of August, 2024. All right, we're going to give this deck a nice clean cut, and we will see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Scorpios for the next 2 weeks. Starting with the Wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the 6 of Swords, and then the 7 of Swords. Whoa, Scorpio, you're doing great. You're really doing great. The expansive nature of this Wheel of Fortune is really important for you right now, because it seems like there's a lot that wasn't so good based on the turnaround that I see with these swords. It looks like there may have been some conflicts that were problematic for you. And it seems like that's all either on its way out or completely gone. And all that's left is the memory, or all that will be is left of the memory. All that will be left of it is the memory. And right now, what is important for you to focus on is the expansive nature of this Wheel card. Remember that the wheel, when it turns, you can think of the wheel turning, and the faster it turns, the more it expands your good, the more energy it produces to expand your good. Now, where do you want to be? Do you want to be one of these people on the edges of the wheel, so that as it goes faster and faster, you have to hold on for dear life? No, that's much too volatile. You don't want to be that. You want to be this person, usually there's a platform on top of there. You want to be the person on the platform, watching your good expanding and coming to you, and you're fine. You're just at peace, watching that expansive wheel turning faster and faster and faster, energizing you, generating energy, generating expansion. So it's important that you focus on peace, not volatility. If you're feeling like there's volatility, it's just because you're on the wrong part of the wheel. It's not that something bad's happening. It's that you're not supposed to be on the wheel. You're supposed to be above the wheel, letting the wheel work for you. Okay, so the 6 of Swords is talking about the solar light. The solar light is that energy that comes off of that sphere number 6 on the Hermetic Tree of Life. And it's the expansive nature, the organizational nature of the sun. Think about how when the sun spat out a bunch of itself, they became planets and started orbiting the sun in an orderly fashion, and eventually created life on our planet. It was a very orderly experience, a very orderly thing. And there was always this design for that inherent in it. There was always a design for that, and we call that the divine design, or the true will is another way to call that. And so the true will, the divine design, doesn't will for you to have those conflicts that you were having before. And so the more you align with that divine design, or what we call the solar light, then you know that your conflicts resolve in ways that you couldn't have resolved them on your own. Everything works out perfectly for you. And that's what's happening right now, or wants to happen right now. So if you don't know how to work with the solar light, you may want to try it. I have a couple of very brief meditations on it that you can listen to learn the process that I use. And you can use it on your own, either with or without the meditation. You'll learn how to do it on your own without needing any recording. And if you run that energy a couple times a day, 3-4 times a day, even if you have the time, it's really just, 60 seconds max you can do it in. I mean, you can take longer, but you don't need to. Then you're aligning with that divine design, and you're just going to notice things changing. You're going to notice things reordering. And that's exactly right, because the more you get that orderliness, the more you're going to feel comfortable sitting on that platform above the wheel and not try to get involved in the volatility, so that that wheel turns unencumbered and you do see your good expand beyond what I think many of you thought was going to be possible for you. I mean, this is no joke, this wheel. The 7, this is a Venus energy, whereas obviously the 6 is a solar energy. This is more of a Jupiterian energy, this wheel. But this here is pure Venus. And the Venus card in Swords, she really does upgrade things. It's a total turnaround. And when these two cards are together, whatever that was, whatever those, which we don't see here because it's just implied. There's no evidence of it here, but it's implied that there were conflicts, or maybe there still are for some of you. But when these two work together on conflicts, the 6 and the 7 together, it's complete, because the 7 is an utter turnaround, an utter upgrade. Where there was conflict, there is not only resolution, there's love. Where there was poverty, there's not only a relief from the poverty, there's abundance. Where there was disease, it's not just that the disease gets healed, there's vibrant health. So when the 7 is involved, it's total victory. And it's a type of victory that can only happen through Venus. See, people listen to that and they think Venus doesn't sound like victory. What's that mean? But on the Tree of Life, the sphere number 7 is called victory, but it's a different kind of victory than the kind that we get on sphere number 5, which is Mars. Mars is victory when it's time to just slay your enemies. The 7 doesn't slay her enemies. She makes them fall in love with her. She turns everything around. It's like all of the meanness just crumbles in her presence, because it can't, and nobody wants to be mean in the presence of Venus. Everybody wants to be in love. Everybody wants to have a lasting, loving experience in the presence of this energy. And so that's why it's victory. That's why love literally conquers all, not because it's some sappy sort of sentimental emotional experience that people think of when they think of love. We're talking about the spiritual force of love. And love is the force out of which we are all created. And nothing but that love really ultimately exists. So when Venus gets a hold of any situation, especially any kind of conflict, everybody falls in love in the presence of her. And that's how she's victorious, not because she's fighting. And that's what you're going to see happening around you between this solar light and this Venusian experience. It's really a different type of conflict resolution than I think maybe you're used to. This is quite a powerful reading. Okay, we've got the Lover's card. We've got the Mercury card. It is a Mercury card, but we've got the 8 of Wands, and we've got the 3 of Swords. Okay, let's work with this 3 of Swords right here. It's not sappy sweet sentimentalism that you get from Venus. Venus and Saturn here. This is describing Persephone's journey. Okay, so Kronos had, which we're just going to let Kronos play the part here for number 3. Kronos abducted Venus, or abducted Persephone, let's say, and we're going to have Venus playing for Persephone here, into the underworld. Now, why did Demeter and Venus prevail over Saturn? Not because they said, we're going to fight you. We're going to fight you and you're going to lose and we're going to overcome you and we're going to overpower you. No, they made Kronos soften. They made Kronos fall in love. They made Kronos see love, right? And that's what's happening with all of your problems, all your big problems. Because having the daughter of the earth be abducted into the underworld, that's a big problem. That's not a little problem. That's not a hangnail. That's a big, giant problem, right? But it couldn't prevail. It couldn't prevail. And everybody benefited at the end, including Kronos. Everybody became better because of the fact that there was this turnaround. And that's what's happening for you. Any of your big, giant Kronos problems that just like, I'm abducted into the underworld. No, it's really not a big deal. Because of this power of Venus here, everything's going to turn around. No matter how sad you think it is, no matter how mean you think it is, no matter what the loss appears to be in your eyes, there's no possible way that you're not going to come out of it better. and everybody around you is going to come out of it better and better and better. So I'm not discounting your pain or your loss if you're going through anything, but know that Venus isn't having any of that. Venus isn't done. The story's not over until there's a happy ending. You know that the story hasn't ended if there's no happily ever after. Okay, so there is a happy outcome, and that's her job to make sure that that happens for you. This 8 here is talking about endings, and that's what the solar light is making sure happens for you, is that all of those extra things that are up in the air that are so distracting for you right now, that those things are ended. That extraneous stuff that's robbing you of your time, robbing you of your energy, all of that gets to go away. And you know how long that takes? That long. It's that long. With this eight of Wands is quick, efficient endings of extraneous nonsense. Quick endings of all excess that is causing you to be distracted. So all those distractions are ending. This is talking about, this Lover's card here is talking to you about the fact that you need to listen to that inner guidance so that you do get all of this expansion. You do get all of this wonderful Jupiter expansion, and that you aren't distracted, and that you do know how to call upon the forces of the universe to make love turn things around for you, to make that solar light work for you. Right? So it's just a beautiful reading, Scorpio. You're I don't know what was going on, but whatever it was, it's not going to be anything but beauty, no matter how hard it seems at the moment. You're coming out of every hardship so much better. All right, really quickly before I run out of music here, there's a few meditations you may want to listen to over the next couple weeks. The one for this Lover's card is called Receive Guidance on a Choice or Decision. The one on the Wheel card is Expanding Your Good. And then also the Solar Light meditation. You can find all of my meditations for the tarot trumps in the video description of this video. There's a link for those. The one for the solar light, for right now, you can just click on the sun card. The sun card will have its own meditation soon. I just haven't gotten around to it, but that's the solar light meditation, so you don't have to look for that anywhere else. Oh, here it is, solar light. All right, solar light meditation, Expanding Your Good, and Receive Guidance on a Choice or Decision. Those are your meditations should you desire to listen to any or all of them. All right, Scorpio, you are on a roll. You're doing great. I'm sorry for the losses. I'm sorry for any of the pain that you're experiencing. Please don't feel like I'm discounting that. But I do want you to know that it's nothing compared to what you're going to be going through. And that is absolute turnaround and upgrade. Thank you so much. We'll talk to everybody soon. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Honey Paw, Shirley, and Deline. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, Scorpio. Blessed be.